guys.
Hey.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
So, guys, we're on our last set of video notes for this chapter. We're glad that you're hanging in with us and learning all that we can about Egypt. So, we'd like to say that we miss Miss Todrick and we're sad that she's not here, but she'll be feeling better soon and she'll be back. So, we want to talk just real quick. We're going to talk about Egypt and Kush, which is another, Kush is another country or civilization located right below Egypt and what they had to do and how they influenced each other. And we want to talk about their culture and their contributions that they continue to make. So hang tight and let's hear all that we can learn about the rest of Egypt. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So in addition to the civilization of Egypt flourishing, another African civilization known as Nubia and later as Kush prospered. Nubia was located south of Egypt along the Nile River. Now remember, it matters because these kingdoms influenced Egyptian culture and continued many Egyptian traditions later on. So, just to look at our timeline, as you can see, around 750 BC, this is when Kush conquers Egypt, and that is what we will be talking about today. All right, on to Miss Tickle.
Hi, guys. Mr. Bench is here. He's excited to make a cameo in our video, and he wants to give you a little information.
All right. Thank you. The first people to settle this region were cattle herders. These cattle herders settled on grassy plains known as savannas. The Nubians did not rely on the Nile floods to create fertile soil. Their land was always fertile because of year-long rainfall. They grew crops such as beans, yams, rice, and grains.
Okay, eventually, stronger Nubian villages took over the weaker ones and formed the Kingdom of Kerma. The most important part that we have to know about this is that Kerma and Egypt developed a very close relationship, which led to cultural diffusion. I want you to take and put a star next to cultural diffusion. Understand that with cultural diffusion, it means that anything the Egyptians did, the Kerma people copied. So if they had a new hairstyle going, Kerma people were copying it. Egyptian armies invaded Nubia in the 1400s BC and ruled for 700 years. This led to the Nubians adopting many Egyptian beliefs and customs.
All right, guys, so we're starting with the Nubians, and Ms. Tickle just talked a little bit about them, and we want to continue to talk about them and what they did in Egypt and what was their role that they played. So the Nubians form an independent kingdom, and it's also known as Kush. And Kush is a kingdom located near the southern part, and that would be Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt. So keep that in mind. That's in the Upper Egypt part. It's in the southern part of Egypt, and the Kingdom of Kush is a very good, thriving community. And so what they're able to do is they actually invade Egypt. They go as far up as the city of Thebes. And in their invasion of Egypt, they find all kinds of things that they think are good and things that they think they should copy with cultural diffusion and the idea that when you find something that someone else is doing well, of course you want to copy that and you want to share your ideas back and forth, and that is cultural diffusion. So in some ways we share ideas, that's cultural diffusion, and in other ways you share innovations, things that you've already learned. So the Kushites begin to copy everything that they find in Egypt. So hairstyles are going to look the same, just like Ms. Tickle mentioned. They're also going to use copper and bronze, just like the Egyptians did, and they are going to flourish and thrive and do really well. One thing that they continue to copy especially is the buildings. And so when you look at their architecture, it's going to look very similar to Egypt. And so make sure that you're keeping those ideas together of cultural diffusion between Nubia and Kush and Egypt. And Egypt influences these two. So the King Piye, P-I-Y-E, completes the conquest of Egypt, and he starts another dynasty there. And remember, a dynasty is a family of rulers, so keep that in mind, another vocabulary word. And so the Kushites, which is a great name, everybody wants to be known as a Kushite, are invaded by the Assyrians. And remember, the Assyrians had very strong iron weapons, And the Kushites are not ready for that type of invasion. The Assyrians, as strong as they were and as fierce in battle, if you'll remember back to them, that they easily invade Kush and they take over, and the Kushites' kingdom diminishes a little bit. The Kushites have to retreat, and so they move their capital to Meroe, which is closer to the Nile. There's still a lot of natural resources there for them, and it's located near the Nile, which is great for trading all up and down the Nile. And later on, eventually, the Kushites are invaded by a country called Axum, which is located near the Red Sea, and they come in and they destroy all of Meroe. So while Kush thrived for a little while and was a great civilization, and I forgot, let me see exactly where it said. All right, so I will give bonus points to anybody who can find out exactly how long that country ruled. I don't see it real quick in the book, and I want to, if I give you a number, it might be right. So, hey, bring your information to me. I want to know, how long did the Kush Empire, how long did their dynasty last? So we want to look at the time around the 25th dynasty. We want to know how long that lasts. So bring that to me, and I'll give you some extra bonus points. That's the end of my slide. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right, guys, it is time for your higher order thinking question. So, how did Nubia and Egypt influence each other? I want you to think back about the information that Miss Tickle and Miss Hodges provided for you and what you know about cultural diffusion. That's a big theme this year, so I want you to think how these ideas came together and influenced each other. And remember, we want you guys to be answering those questions in depth, okay? These are higher order thinking questions, and we want to know that you guys can reach that higher order thinking level, all right? See you guys soon. Bye.